Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin just above 47k, losing a little bit in value today. We talked about the difficulties of Bitcoin pushing through that 200-day moving average, and we can see, it really continues to be a little bit of an issue for Bitcoin. Also, a very, very interesting daily candlestick is currently forming on the chart, which indicates a bearish reversal, at least at the moment. So if the daily candle closes like it looks at the moment, it could indicate a bearish reversal or a reversal to the downside. Doesn't need to be, a significant drop, but it could just be a bit of a retest of a previous support. So let's take a look at that, and we can see, by the way, the entire market is coming down. Luna is pushing above that resistance level we highlighted yesterday, and I'll do a separate Luna video because this now unlocks, in my opinion, higher prices for Luna. But anybody who wants to know that already can just check out my previous Luna video. Everything's explained there. VeChain continues to move up, beautiful, so I'm going to update that as well. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin continues to be below that yellow line, the 200-day moving average at around 48.3k. We are also in this ascending channel. So after Bitcoin broke out of that triangle, we obviously had that triangle pattern here on the chart, and it broke out of that. It broke above that previous swing high here, above 45.8k. That unlocks higher levels, higher prices. But as we are in this channel here, this could be a temporary setback. We talked about that. On the daily, you can see that Bitcoin is fairly overbought, or at least getting into the overbought range. So we talked about that in the last few days, indicating a potential exhaustion in the chart, at least a temporary exhaustion, because on the 2-day chart and the 4-day chart, there is still further upside potential. That would be very much in line with my expectation now, that before we have another major sell-off, that we are going to go up first in that B wave here into this region between 55 and 65k. Bear in mind, 51k here indicated in red is the first major resistance. That is the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. So some people have called that a bear flag. To be honest, I mean, you could maybe call it like that. What we have here is a strong sell-off, and you have pretty much that retracement to the upside. I mean, I'd be a bit surprised if we stop here and then go down immediately, but I would not completely take it off the table. We are certainly here at a point where Bitcoin is struggling to get through, but on the other hand, that is not a surprise, because Bitcoin did move up all the way from 37.7 straight away to 48k pretty much without a major setback. So you typically get at least a bit of a correction in to bring those indicators down again. Yesterday we talked about potentially the MACD could be turning around, and we can already see here today on the daily candle that the MACD is losing a little bit in buying momentum. So it's still very early days, but if this is turning around on the daily, and you're then going to see here on the daily the RSI come down as well, then you are going to see that the price is coming down a little bit. Now, how far that will come down, I can't tell you that yet, but we certainly have important support here around 45.5, 44.5k. That will certainly be the first major support, and then it will be the previous resistance levels that we're looking at here. I mean, we've got here, what do we have? 42.5k and then 39.7k. Now, if we go down that far, I don't think so. My feeling would be that we're going to retest one of these previous resistance levels as support. So, for example, here that 45.5k or 44.5k level. But what we see here on the daily is an interesting candlestick. It is a bearish candlestick, a reversal candlestick here, that red one, that indicates that you can see that it's called a hanging man actually, and someone actually posted that in the comments earlier. So what that indicates is that you see a wick to the upside, you see a short wick to the upside. That indicates that the buyers tried to hold the price at the higher level. Yeah, so I mean, yesterday we got all the way up to 48.1, 48.2k, but we already talked about those long wicks on the upside that already indicate that the bulls are struggling and that we had a rejection here at those resistance levels. Then you see here this candlestick is the first possible rejection and the first possible reversal pattern. Yeah, so basically the bulls tried to be higher, tried to maintain that higher level, but they failed. So you see that wick coming down. We then saw that sell-off, yeah, coming down here, all the way down to around 46.5k. But the bulls tried to bring the price higher, but obviously failed to bring the price to previous levels. And that is just indicating that fight between bulls and bears, and that the bears are getting a bit stronger because, first of all, the bulls could not maintain that higher price. The bears pushed the price lower. The bulls tried to push again to the upside, but failed because they did not maintain that momentum, and that could be an indication. If that candlestick remains like that today and we close the daily candle like that, then I would expect that correction to play out in the next few days. So it's certainly very, very interesting. I mean, we're already losing a little bit in value here, and we already came down to 46.5K. So that is pretty much what the main observation here. Very important. On top of that, you can draw a trend line, and if that trend line gets broken, that would also basically indicate here a reversal. A few different ways of how you can draw it. If you don't want to cut through any candle, then you do it like that, and you can see we came down to that support level. And as I said, if we break that level here, which would today be around 46.2K, then you can expect that move down. Now again, I don't know yet how much that will be. It will be very interesting to see how that MACD reversal, that RSI reversal is going to translate into the charts, but certainly we can assume here a bit of a correction if that is playing out. It's still a bit too early to say and to talk about a reversal on the MACD, because we only see the first light green candle. That is not enough yet to confirm that we are going down, but we've got a confluence of things coming together here. So what you've got a bit of an ascending wedge actually here. It's not a beautiful one, so I just wanted to make you aware we've got an ascending trend line obviously, and you've got here another ascending trend line here. Running together, basically producing a bit of an ascending wedge. Then we've got that hanging man bearish reversal pattern, plus we see the RSI on the daily is overbought, plus the MACD now losing a little bit in momentum. So it could be a bit of a correction, in between, before we continue that move up. Before we then, however, and that is my view, will come down and get that final sell-off into my target area between 20 and 29K, which would complete that expanded flat pattern that we talked about before. Right, that is my view here currently on Bitcoin. Hopefully a useful update. If you liked it, then please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. By the way, for all channel members, I did update now my sell orders on Discord. These are the sell orders for basically swing trading. People who like a hands-off approach. Of course, that is not for short-term trading. I will make you aware of all short-term trades I do anyway on Discord and Telegram, and later I will publish a video for members about how to use these sell orders, just to put a bit more clarity in. And I will also review my buy orders now as we are moving into new ranges here. Okay, so hopefully you like the update. See you in the next video. Bye bye.